What's up, guys? It's Matt from the Rusty Raptor Prop Shop, and today we're working on angel blades, so stick around. Alright guys, today we're talking about angel blades, and we're talking about a topic that not a lot of people cover, about what happens when mess-ups occur. Now, when working with resin, resin is very temperamental and doesn't always work out. Sometimes, like this one right here is perfect, it's a nice angel blade, but sometimes you end up with stuff like this, where the tip just didn't make. What happened was this tip inside the mold, we use a large silicone mold like this for our angel blades. You kind of see down in there a little bit. And when we cast them, we put a cardboard sleeve around this. Now this cardboard sleeve is really nice because it holds this thing and makes sure it doesn't flop around and doesn't bend, so the angel blade doesn't bend. The problem was I got a little excited and pulled this mold out of the sleeve before it was ready to be pulled. And because of that, when I pulled it out, the end of this blade bent way over. And I couldn't heat it up. I tried heating it up, tried to bend it back, it wouldn't work. So we're left with a half an angel blade, which usually would be useless, you'd think. Now, this is a topic not a lot of people cover, because no one wants to talk about their mess-ups. But we're going to talk about it today. This mess-up right here is not really that bad. What we're actually going to do, we're going to use this for a completely different project and try something a little different with it. Now, we're also going to show you today how we actually finish our full angel blades and how you can do it at home really nicely and cheaply and buy one of these for your next con. So let's get started. All right, now for some of you that might remember, in a recent season, they actually featured some melted angel blades that were stuck into the ground, and there's a nice big pool of angel bladeness around them. Now we're going to try to use this half angel blade here to create something like that as a nice display for our countertop and desk. So what we're going to do, first we're going to need to make a thing we're going to use for the pool of resin. So what we're going to do is take some tin foil here. We're going to try to make a nice little boat that's going to hold our resin in. Now this will hopefully hold the resin in while the angel blade is setting. We're going to be using a Smooth Cast 300, which is a white, fast-setting resin. So we shouldn't have to make any kind of special holding thing. We're just going to hold the blade in there while we do it. Once we mix that up, we'll see. I've already made a little boat here we can use. Got the edges nice and smoothed out, and that should be about the size we're shooting for. We'll put the angel blade in here. Give it a little bit of an angle like this. Looks like it's bent over. I think that should work. So let's get our gloves on real fast. All right, so now for the part we're going to put the resin in here, I'm going to give just a little bit of a spritz with some mold release. This should help the resin pull off this later on, and we shouldn't have as much cleanup to do. Hopefully. And then we're going to mix some resin up. I'm going to shake these up real good. And this is a 2-part 1-to-1 mixing ratio. So what we're going to do, get a couple little cups here, template out of the way. Pour this first one. Should probably be good. We can always add more later on if we need to. Each other here. We're going to pour our blue. We're going to pour an equal amount of our blue. That should do it. Now once these get mixed together, we'll have a very short amount of set time. So we'll make sure we have everything ready, sitting out here ready to go. Make sure we know where we want to put everything. Here, that is here. Our stir sticks. And mix these two together. Now because we're doing this thicker, this is going to set up very quickly. Hopefully not too fast for what we're trying to do here. Now you're going to make sure you get this really well mixed together. Should be about enough. All right. Now I think what I'm going to try is I'm just going to pour this in here. A nice layer. insanely hot. Lift this side up a tiny bit here just so we get a nice and deep in the middle here. We want it to be the deepest in the middle and the thinnest on the outside edges, hopefully. Mix it around there like that. Now, I'm not so much worried about the bubbles in the resin. That is getting really hot really fast, because I'm not going to mess with those, so it won't make a difference. All right, and then we're going to take our angel blade, stick it right on top here like that. I'm actually going to take and pour a little bit of this over the edge of the angel blade here just to kind of get a drippiness look to it, so it doesn't look so nice and pristine. And this resin will set in 10 minutes. With this thickness, I don't think it's going to take that long. You're going to start seeing it kick here in a few seconds. Let's see if we can keep all this nice in there. After this starts kicking, we'll come back. So we're going to speed this up a tiny bit for you. All right, guys, so while we're waiting on our angel blade to harden up and finish there, I just want to go over some of that stuff we saw on our website, these angel blades right here. Now, this is one of our unfinished angel blades. We also sell fully finished angel blades. I just want to go over a little idea of what we do to finish them and how you can finish these unfinished ones at home yourself and save a little money. Now, resin castings, when you pull them out of the mold, you'll sometimes end up with bubbles in your castings. Now, this doesn't always happen, but some castings do have those on there, and when you need to finish it, you don't want those bubbles in your final cast. So when we're finishing our blades, we use this thing called Bondo glazing and spot putty. Now, this putty will let us fill the little holes in here if we can sand it later on, but it's really easy to use. So you find some bubbles you're looking to cover here. So let's say we've got some on this bottom edge here. We have some on the side right here. It's a real thin Bondo material. You're going to get some out on your finger here. And you're just going to find the spots you want to glaze. Go in here and touch it up with this putty. Now you're going to rub the putty in really good to get it down into the holes. Let's see, like that. And rub some of the extra away at the end there that you're not going to need. You're also going to sand this off at the end, so it's not really going to make a difference. Go in here, fill those holes up like that. You're just going to work your way around all the different holes and spots that may have messed up on the actual casting itself. Now, and a lot of times we'll cover large areas with this and then come back and wipe it back off. So sometimes you might see me actually taking cover up here, like on the blade here. That's pretty good. There's a couple little holes right there. I'd come in here and cover it like this, push that stuff down in there deep. On the other finger, wipe it up a little bit. Now this stuff is super easy to sand, so you don't have to worry too much about if you get it too thick on there. Side right here. I'm just going to rub that in. Now, after you get all your spot putty on you're going to use, you're just going to let this harden so you can sand it up a little bit. Now, this stuff hardens really fast. If it's really hot outside, you can expect, I don't know, 5-10 minutes. You can get on to sanding this. This one, I'm actually indoors right now, and it's already hardening up on me. And I think it's 65 in here right now. So now after you get the whole thing glazed on all the spots you want to glaze, you're going to come back and you're going to take and sand these areas. So you're going to take a high grit sandpaper. I usually use about a 240. It's not too high, but it's in the middle area there. Sand this up really nicely to get this kind of down to the back. And then we come back with a 2-in-1 filler primer. Now this is also going to help fill up some of the spots and divots in the casting that may be an issue. After we use this primer, we always come back again with some more glazing putty and glaze spots that you may have missed. Since this is a white casting, you don't always notice all the little spots and bubbles. So after you spray the primer on there, you're going to see some spots that's going to pop up again, or spots that you may have not gotten deep enough or put enough putty on. And you're just going to continue this process, going back to painting it again afterwards, back and forth until you have all of it done, or have it as smooth as you want it personally. It doesn't take very long. This primer right here is wet sandable in 15 minutes. So spray it on there, give it a few minutes. You can go back and wet sand that off, get it really smooth. Come back with your glazing putty again, glaze it, paint it back and forth. All right, now that you have your Angel Blade completely sanded, primed, you're ready to put some color on there. Now we use 2 different colors on our Angel Blades, depending on which one you buy. If you buy our Economy Angel Blade, we're gonna spray it with this Rust-Oleum Bright Coat Metallic Finish. Now this is a really nice metallic paint. It's one of the best spray metallic paints I have found. It still keeps a really nice gloss shine after it's done. You don't need any kind of extra gloss on there afterwards. That will actually dull it up. When you're spraying this on there though, you're gonna wanna make sure you put it on very, very heavy, just heavy enough where it's not running, but you wanna make sure you have a nice, thick, heavy coat on there. It's not one of those ones you wanna go back a bunch of times. You can put a few coats on, but you wanna make sure all those coats are heavy because that's what's gonna get you the best shine. Now, if you get our Platinum Angel Blade, you're gonna get a Molotov Chrome. So this is liquid chrome. This is amazing, amazing stuff. It comes in very, very small little bottles or little pins. This stuff, it's not cheap, but it has an amazing finish. It'll come off almost exactly like you see on the show and other chrome items like that. If you ever want to chrome something, this is the stuff you want to use. If I can get a little bit out here on it. A tiny bit here. This stuff literally comes out like liquid metal. I don't know how well you guys are going to be able to see that on the camera itself there, but it's got a really, really nice coat. Now this stuff also goes on very, very heavy when you put it on. You want it to go on heavy or you won't get that nice metallic finish. You can even see down here in the bottom. I don't know if the camera's going to show it or not, but it's got kind of a dull finish down here, but in the thick part, it's a very, very shiny, looks exactly like metal. Now, this stuff, you do not put any kind of clear coat on, any kind of covering on. This has its own coat to it. It is very touchy until it dries. It takes a few days for it to dry fully where you can actually play with it and touch it, but it will get you the best finish. I'll put some links down below for both of these different options and everything you're gonna need to finish these blades. We'll also put a link down at the bottom for the blades themselves if you wanna give it a shot yourself. You're gonna go online. We're also gonna give you a code in the link down below that will get you 50% off these blades right now. 50% off. That's an amazing deal, so you can try this at home yourself and give it a shot. All right, let's go back here and check out our Angel Blade we made up and see how it worked. All right, that's still very, very hot. Now, this is not gonna peel off here very easily, but the bottom of our stuff we're not too overly worried about. We're gonna sand the edges anyways. Get all this pulled off here. That's actually not too bad. I'm really happy. That looks awesome. Look at that. All right, now we're gonna come back and that's sitting pretty nicely. We're gonna come back here. We're gonna sand the bottom of this. It kind of has a rounded look to it right now. We wanna make sure that's flat on the bottom. We're also gonna sand the edges to feather these down a tiny bit, just so it kind of looks a little more melted in there. And we should have a nice finish on there. All that off there. All right, so let's head to the sander and see if we can get this thing looking nice. All right, so we got some of the basic sanding done here, just to get some of the edges off. I'm gonna wanna come back here later on and kind of make this a little less uniformed, just so it looks like it melted out. I'm not quite sure how I wanna finish it completely yet, so we're gonna leave that to a little bit of a mystery. You can go to our Facebook page, keep an eye out. We'll have some photos posted when we completely finish it. But that gives you a general idea on what you can do with props that are broken, that don't, you don't think you have any other use for. I really like how it kind of looks laid out. Once we kind of cut out some a little more of a random pattern here, so it looks like it's melted out a little bit more. We'll kind of go back here, we'll spot putty that, we'll prime it. And I'm not sure if I want to age it more, if we want to use some more of the chrome, but we'll see how it turns out. All right, guys, thanks for hanging out with me today. If you want to get one of your own angel blades, make sure to head over to our website, rustyraptor.com. Use the promo code Impala for 50% off your angel blade purchase. While you're there, make sure you check out some of our nerdy news and reviews. And don't forget to check us out on Facebook at www.facebook.com/therustyraptor. See you next time.